What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope this is not my fan is going, and there's a reason. Not because it's hot. And the window's open. So this is an update, but I want to share a little story with you. Have you guys ever had a model that just seemed like it didn't want to be built? It just, not only did it fight you in certain ways to make you think this thing doesn't want to be put together, but then had completely crazy things happen to it, like things that are almost unbelievable. So I'm going to show you, this is the last time that I'm going to show the Nissan 2000 GTR, because I'm so close to finishing it. Once it's finished, after this, I'll show you guys. But this is the last look you're going to get at it. But that's how it's looking. That's the stance. That's the stuff right there. That is looking pretty cool, honestly. So there's some things that have fought me on this. The hood alignment is great, except when you close it, it doesn't. So it closes this way. It's weird. It doesn't sit flush. I've moved the hinges so many times that if I keep doing it, it's just gonna make them look like complete crap. I've played with the hinge on the hood. It is what it is. It doesn't sit. It's fighting me. I was putting it together the other day, putting the chassis, which didn't even involve glue, putting the chassis in the body together, and I picked it up like this. And somehow, out of seemingly nowhere, there was a daub of glue. Anyway, got on either on my thumb or on the door, and now there's this glue spot right there. Took part of the decal with it. I'm going to try and wet sand that out. See if I can make it go away. So that had me to a point where I was like, oh, and the seat belts. I'll put a picture of the seat belts at the end of this video, because I did them. They were awful to do, but I'm sure they wouldn't be for a normal person, just for me. Anyway, I'm gonna sand that out. So I'd done the seat belts and had enough of that. The glue mark on the door, I was like, that's it, I'm done. I'm going to set it on my desk, right like that, and I'm going to walk away for the evening, and I'm going to cool off, and I'm going to come back at it tomorrow and see if I can fix it. Close the room, shut off all the lights, close the door, because Jonesy can't have free reign in here, he would wreck the place. Walk out into the living room to watch TV with Heather. And we're sitting on the couch, and I hear a subtle boom, and then a crash. And Heather says, "What was that?" And I said, I don't know. So I go in, I open up the door, and I instantly hear a waterfall. And I'm like, what is that? And I flip on the light. So up on my shelves up there, which I'm moved since then, I've had some craft beers that I saved one of out of a 4-pack, or somebody had gifted me something that had a really cool label on it, or it was anyway, and I've got some cans there that are empty. The bottles weren't, though. The bottles weren't. They were lined up above, on the shelf above, and one of them exploded. Can't make this stuff up. The crash was the bottle landing over here. The beer filled the shelf and then cascaded off the shelf like a waterfall directly onto this. I'm not even joking. Not even joking. So, but all over the floor, all over the ceiling. It covered my desk. It covered, thank goodness all of my electronics are under the shelf. I have them pushed back underneath that shelf. So the beer just kind of ran down onto the desk, onto that, into the box. Yeah, what a mess. And I thought, this thing doesn't want to be alive. This model does not want to be built. So, yeah. But anyways, it cleaned up okay. I was able to get some cleaner, some gentle soap and water. And I used a little bit of this stuff. This is a godsend. I love this stuff. Spray away glass cleaner. It's foaming, ammonia free, streak free. It's great stuff. I put a little bit of that on there and wiped it down, wiped the glass down. Spent more time than I would care to last night cleaning up the engine bay. And like I said, I got it cleaned up pretty nice. I mean, you can't even tell that was a full bottle of beer on this thing. But anyways, so I'm gonna see it through. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna try to wet sand that glue spot off. Gonna clean it one more time. You can still kind of see there's some kind of sort of streaks in that right there in that back glass. That's on the outside. That's from cleaning it. I'm gonna clean it up, finish it up, and then show you guys how it comes out at the end. I just don't understand. Some things I just don't understand. Anyway, scents have moved. Actually, took all the craft beers. I hated to do it, but I dumped them all out, washing the bottles out, and then I'm going to try to recap the bottles and then put them up there. I don't know if you guys remember back when I first started my YouTube channel, and I was in the, actually had Heather's office. I had shelves that went all the way around the top, and I had like 200 different beer cans. I collected beer cans. Kind of the same thing, except for I toned it way down. I will probably clean them up and maybe put them in the curio cabinet in the dining room, and I don't know, but I was running out of space anyway, so that's interesting. Also, the Mercury, last time we talked, I showed you guys that it was painted, and the last time we talked, I mentioned that there were the emblems on the fender. Well, I went back and I got rid of those emblems. They were just driving me nuts, and I smoothed that out, and now no more emblem. I don't remember if I told you guys this before, but one detail that this body was lacking was this little body line right here to separate the rocker and the front fender. So I added that. I don't know. I thought about it after, and I've looked at every model I have. I've looked at my car. That helps. But I don't believe there's a line back here, right? I think the rocker panel this is all one piece. So I could be wrong. If I am, I am. But at least I went to the trouble to add that detail on both sides. So this has to be wet sanded and polished out and all that. But I'm pushing to get the GTR done. So that's it. That's it for me. You caught up. I was going to do a BMX thing, but I decided not to. I changed a couple things on this. I added the Skyway Tough wheels and got rid of the factory mags that were subpar. And I added the pegs and changed a couple of things hardware-wise. And I've got some stem bolts on order for that, just to clean that up, and that bike will be done, and it'll be time to build another one. So there you have it. We're caught up. Almost less than 10 minutes. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Check out everybody linked in the description of the video. And I'll see you on the next one with hopefully a finished GTR. I'm really close. At this point, it's just wet sand that booger off the door, hopefully, or at least try to hide some of it, and put all the chrome trim on the outside. And it's done. Okay. Bye.